Mitch,
Yes, sir.
he's here. All right.
Awesome.
He's brand new with me. Just started yesterday.
Cool.
Hello, sir.
So we have a grizzled veteran. How's it going, man? I'm Mitch.
All right, how are you?
Oh, man, every day's a great day to be Mitch. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Ryan, not Blair.
Yeah.
But there's another Ryan here, so. I
Who?
come from a dealer in Virginia,
Oh, yeah?
which also used mock products, so.
Awesome. I've been out there once to work with those folks, the Kimseys.
Yes.
Are the owners of that. Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Um,
Micah Kimsey, yep.
Yeah, and that's cool, man. Yeah, I helped develop a web-based platform of training that I wrote the scripts and they did the technical stuff. So yeah, those are cool peeps. What made you move from that area?
My son lives here.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
Family first. I dig it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So talk to me about the differences so far that you've seen from Virginia to Oklahoma.
As far as the dealership or just in general?
Just in general, man. Like, what's different about the people? Anything you see? Anything that you can either capitalize on or that you got to avoid?
It's really it's flat here. It's
Yes,
really
it
flat,
is.
and it seems to always be windy. Like there's
Yeah.
always a breeze. People seem a
Uh,
lot nicer here.
That's cool. A little more laid back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've found that in my travels too, that Oklahoma is it's pretty chill,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth. So I'll give you a quick Oklahoma story. So I live in Colorado now. I used to live in Southeast Texas, and I made the trip to Oklahoma from Colorado. And once you get about 20 miles outside of Denver, I mean it's pretty flat for a long time.
Yeah, I
So
used to
anyway,
fly
so
into Denver
oh, cool.
because my son
So
lived there first. So.
oh wow, well, hey, that's I like Denver. It's fun.
Yeah.
So I was driving and I was, going through Kansas and getting into Oklahoma and all that, and I saw a storm that appeared to be coming this way, and a storm that appeared to be coming this way. So I just hit the gas and I was going 100 down this highway to try to. I wanted to split the difference, like
Yeah,
a NASCAR or whatever. Anyway, man, the thunderstorms and just rainstorms there are so they're so quick and violent. That's what with the weather there in Oklahoma. It's just, man,
yeah.
it'll
Well,
get on you like that.
and you can see it coming. I've noticed here.
Yes,
You can see
it
for
coming.
miles. So.
Yes, you can. Where did you live in Virginia?
Richmond.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
like
where
2 minutes from that dealership down there.
Awesome. That's where I stayed when I came into town, was Richmond.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I got onto some road though, the story that I tell when I went there. I got onto some road that ended up being a toll road, and it came to a toll booth, and the lady was so mean to me because I didn't have any cash, and I was driving some, weird loaner or whatever, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Please don't be mad at me. And she was like, I could write you a ticket. I was like, damn, write me a ticket, man. Just don't be mean to me. Why are you being so mean?
They're nicer here, I've noticed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, how about processes and procedures? What did you do there that you're bringing to your new locale that is going to make you successful? Like, what was kind of your bread and butter out in Virginia? What were you good at?
It's different. They do things different here, so I have to get used to the process here because they don't use CDK, which is what we used over there.
Yeah, I like CDK. CDK is nice. What do they use there?
Yeah.
Reynolds?
Dealer Track.
Dealer Track. Okay. Cool.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to get used to the system, and our service lanes, our desks were in the lane in the drive.
Yeah.
So we kind of were there when the customer drove in, which as opposed to here, we're inside and they come in. So like I said, I just started yesterday, so I'm trying to get the whole vibe of how they things handle here. So
How long were you an advisor in Virginia?
I was there about 10 years.
Dang. Okay.
Worked in the collectively like 15 years, but that stint,
Okay.
10 years, was in the shop for about 4 of that, and then 6 years advising.
Cool. Well, the class that I had planned today was for a new advisor. And even though you're new to there, you're not really a new advisor, but
Yeah.
we may improvise here in a minute. We invited a couple more people. We'll just give them a few minutes until 8:30. If they show, they show. If they don't, they don't. But here's what the agenda was set for. And then honestly, I mean, since you know about mock already,
Yeah.
that portion of the class is going to be towards the end anyway. We're definitely going to be done by 9:30, so you can begin learning all the new tricks and of the trade. So what
I
I want
got
to
3
talk
minutes
about
left.
today. Yep.
It's
So, oh
9:30.
yeah, that's 9:30 my time. So, Mountain time. So, what's on my agenda, and I'm going to share. There's going to be two. Oh, and here comes someone. There's going to be let's see, Kelly. Um, we're just going to talk about mindset a little bit to begin with. Make sure that we're straight on what we're trying to do and why. Hey, Kelly, how's it going?
She's muted.
Yeah, she's on mute, but it's on her. It's definitely not on me to unmute her. Kelly, if you can hear us, I would love for you to introduce yourself before we begin. But that's totally your call. So what we're gonna do at the beginning is talk a little mindset, and I have some tips that I like to give all advisors. So from someone who's been on the job a day to a decade, I think we'll go some of that. I want to talk to you about some strategy about what you're doing when you're outside. And for you, since you've been around a while, I'm going to ask you what you did outside there. And oh, they have no mic. Lewis and Kelly here. We have no mic, so we'll just listen. Okay, cool. So more of a lecture for them. And Luis, whichever, and Kelly, if you have questions or comments, just drop them in the chat just like you did, and we can keep up. So that is cool. Thanks for attending. And I'm gonna type that even though she just heard me because I'm a weirdo. Okay, so I will Ryan, I'll probably call on you the most since you have a microphone. So we're going to talk a little mindset. We're going to talk a little skill set on some things that I found that are best practices. So let me introduce myself. My name is Mitch. I'm the corporate trainer for Mock Central. And essentially that just means that I have a really large territory. Right now I do training from Salt Lake City to Memphis, Tennessee, south. And I've even dabbled recently in Culver City, California. So I guess my territory is now Culver City, California to Memphis, Tennessee, south. Something cool about Culver City, California. It's right by Marina Del Rey. And I was like, hey, I know that song, Marina Del Rey. They were not impressed by that at all. They were like, that's a song from 100 years ago. So anyway, my background, I'm a former teacher and coach. I taught history and math in middle school and high school. I coached football, basketball, and track for 5 years. I got into the car business 22 years ago when I had a newborn baby. I got into the business to make some extra money during the summer while I was off as a coach. By the end of the summer, I was making more money than I was as a teacher, which isn't very difficult. And I decided to quickly make a life change. I thought my wife was going to destroy me, but it's really worked out. I worked at the dealership environment for 10 and a half of those years, and I've been working with Mock ever since. The family that I worked for in the dealership purchased a Mock distributorship. I was the second guy they hired. They kind of hired me to run the company. So I did a bunch of logistics, hiring, firing, all those kind of things, building business the first couple of years. And then I found a hole in the system. The hole in the system that I found is I went to a dealership. I rode with a Mock rep one day, and we went to about 5 or 6 places. I spoke to about 20 folks like you guys and gals, and I just had a real simple question. How do you celebrate fluid exchange? And I heard about 10 different answers. So on the way home that evening, I decided that we need to tighten this up a little bit. I think that if we had a consistent pitch throughout, that we could sell more. And I started with one paragraph, and I'll share that paragraph with you guys a little later in this class. But I really just started with, why people do things. And today, I want you to let your guard down. I am not your boss in any capacity. You don't have to do one thing I say. Like, I'm not that guy. Really, all I'm here is to plant a couple of seeds and give you some food for thought, and maybe just a different perspective on what we're trying to accomplish. Class is going to be about an hour. I'll get you guys out pretty quickly. I'm going to share my screen a lot of the time, and that's what I call my teach mode. When I take my screen off and I just talk to you, that's what I call my preach mode. So sometimes I'm going to be teaching, sometimes I'm going to be preaching. Again, Kelly and Luis, if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the chat and we're going to get going. So first, I'm a little different, and I'm a little different trainer. Okay. I don't want this to be the only time you and I speak. I would love to come back next month, work on another item, come back next month, work on another item, where we can just work on one thing. And that's going to be a theme that you hear throughout this class. One thing. A lot of times trainers say if you can only get one thing out of a class, I'm a big believer in that. If you put that one thing to practice, what I challenge you to do is don't learn something today and then not use it. Hey, this is just like any other tool. If you get a nice new tool at Home Depot and you put it in your shed and you never use it, it's not worth a darn. So I want you to put some of this to practice. So let's get started. First, if you can see my screen, Ryan, can you see it okay? Is it cool? Okay. This is a motto that I wrote for my company about 5 years ago. And I'm big into mottos. I'm big into slogans. I was that coach speak guy. Do your best, don't sweat the rest. Just all of the things that you see on t-shirts and sweatshirts. That's the kind of guy I was. So I created a motto for Mock Central, and I want to share it with you. And I want to see if I can challenge you to get in this process. First, the motto is one vendor, one message, one goal. And what that means to me and my company is we want to be one vendor for your dealership. And what I mean by that is my company has the capability of selling your company Gatorade, oil, brake fluid, a lift, a Zamboni, coffee cups, creamer, anything. We could be a one-stop shop for your dealership. Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything. What I want to ask you, or to think about rhetorically, is are you being one vendor for your customers? And what I mean by that is I bet you when they think of doing warranty work, they think about coming to you. I bet when they think about getting an oil change, they think about coming to you. But do they think about coming to you when they want their car washed? Do they think about coming to you when they want a battery for their garage door remote? I want you to think about expanding your footprint with your customer and giving them choices. I'll share with everybody on this call one thing that I know is true. Every one of your customers wants more choices. The reason, heck, we've been bottled up for 15 months, dude. We want choices in America. People are tired of being told what to do. They want to decide what to do. They want to decide if they want to go to a football game. They want to decide if they want to go to a movie. And you know what else they want to decide? They want to decide how to spend their money. I listened to Good Morning America just this morning. Consumer spending is up. It's up the most it's been up since 2004. Now, again, we've come out of the pandemic, so the percentage is going to be higher. Vacation rentals are at a premium right now. Everybody wants to get back outside. Everyone wants to get back out on the road. And now we have a gas shortage. So even when people want to do stuff, we're having choices taken away from us. So I want to challenge you to be that one vendor for your customer. Next, one message. What is your message? Why come to you when I come to your dealership? Why should I see Luis? Why should I see Kelly? What makes you special? What is your message? My message to you is pretty clear. I'm here to help you. I am not a commission-based salesperson at all. I don't care if you take what I learned and sell $1 million in products. I don't make one extra dollar. I don't care if you fail to listen, go back to work and don't change a thing. I don't lose a dollar. My message is I'm here for you. But what's your message? How do you connect with your customer? I want you to be thinking about that throughout your experience today. And then finally, one goal. What's your goal? I'm going to take it off of teach and I'm going to go to preach. All of you that are listening today, you know what your goal should be? To make money. That's why you came to work. Unless Kelly or Luis is like independently wealthy and they're just coming to hang out with the rabble, you should want to make money. Now, I want to preface that by saying, I don't want to sell anything to a customer that they don't need, but I want to dang sure offer every single thing we can to a customer that they do need in order for us to make money and to give those choices to a customer. So Ryan, questions, comments, concerns about my motto. What do you think? You got it? All right, next page. All right, if you guys have a pen and paper, that's cool. I want you to write something down. If you don't, you can just take a mental note. First thing that I want to share with you guys is an exercise in how to get better at anything. And often I put better in quotations because better can mean something different to everybody. Better could mean growing your business. Better could mean establishing your business. This is the best way to get better at anything fast. So what I want you to do over the next 10 or 15 seconds is I want you to think about the word that best describes what makes you valuable. Now, you can think of it in the context of your job, like what makes you a good service advisor. But what I'd rather know is what makes you a good father, a good son, a good guy to take to a football game, a good lady to, take on a date. If you had one attribute that you had to bet on yourself, what would it be? I want you to think about that for a few seconds. Write your word down. I'm not going to ask you your word. That's sometimes that's personal, but I'm going to share with you what my word is and how we can use our words to get better at work. So first, my word is energy. When I go into a situation, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the most energetic fella in the room. Now, there's reason for that. I have no skills. Kelly, Luis, Ryan, I got nothing, brother. I can't do anything. And the reason is when I was young, my dad, he's 72 years old, still turns wrenches to this day. He's a mechanic, okay? He taught my brother how to be a man. He did not teach me how to be a man. I played video games all day. I hung out with my mama in the kitchen. So there's some pretty valuable lessons in life that I did not learn, okay? I can't hang sheetrock or make the electricity come on. I can't shoot a gun or hunt or fish. I can't do anything. I'm pretty useless. So because of that, I got big gaps. I got gaps in what I can do. I got gaps in the impact that I can make. But how I fill those gaps is with energy. So I'm going to try to outwork you. I'm going to try to out hustle you. Okay. So how I use this for work and how I want to challenge you to use your word at work is this. When I have a bad day, and trust me, I don't have many bad days at work, but when I do have a bad day, if I reflect on my day, if I'm honest with myself, which is key, it's normally because I didn't bring the energy. I just kind of half-stepped my way through the day. I didn't do everything I could do to be the best Mitch that I could be. So I make a little vow. The very next service advisor I speak with or manager that I talk to or chick at Starbucks that I order my latte from, I'm going to show them the very best version of me. So whatever word you wrote down, if you wrote honesty or knowledge or hard work or trustworthiness, whatever word you wrote down, what I want to do is challenge you to show that attribute to your customers more often tomorrow than you did yesterday. Show them the very best Kelly that is out there. Show them the very best Luis. Show them the very best Ryan that you can be. If you do that more often tomorrow than you did yesterday, we're going to be way better off. You're going to be way better off. So I challenge you. Show people the best version of you. It's the single most important thing that you can control every day is your attitude. Don't let anyone take advantage of you and your attitude. You take advantage of the situation, you be in control. And if you get any one thing out of this class, know this: you are a professional. You get paid to do what you do. Okay. You have greatness inside you. I just want to help you get it out a little more often. So I'm going to stop preaching. I'm going to go back to teaching. A couple of ways that I found that we can show people the very best version of us and just be a little bit better and more thorough is by the word choices we use. So I shared with you guys, I'm a teacher. I want to go through a couple of these words, and on the left, you can see some words that I want you to avoid using. And I want to replace those with some words that are more positive. So Kelly and Luis, if you got paper, you can write down the words to avoid and then equals and then some words we want to replace them with. So let me tell you what the hell I'm talking about. I never want you to tell a customer anything. Nobody likes to be told what to do. I don't want you to tell on anybody. That's a negative word. I want to replace every negative word we can with a positive word. So on your sheet of paper, write tell and then equals. I want you to replace it with share. I want you to share with customers the findings of the video multi-point inspection, or I want you to share with them what their plan of action can be instead of telling them what to do. Sharing builds empathy with the customer. When they feel like we care, they're going to care about what you say. So try not to tell anybody anything. I want you to share with them. Next, oftentimes we get into the habit of giving cost and price to a customer. Hey, let me get you a cost on that brake job. Hey, let me get you a price quote on those tires. I don't want you to use those words anymore. Here's what I mean. If I share with you that I'm going to buy a ring for my wife next month because it's our 25th wedding anniversary, and it is, I'm not lying, like I am going to buy her a ring. It is our 25th wedding anniversary. It's going to be pretty pricey. Ryan, if I tell you that my wife, or if I share with you that my wife's going to have a pretty pricey ring on her finger, am I going to pay a little for it or a lot?
A lot.
A lot. Because pricey, when people hear that, they think of a lot. If I share with you guys that my grandfather fought in a costly battle in World War II, did a few people die or a lot?
A lot.
A lot. So I don't want to use words that mean a lot when I'm describing the total. So instead, I want you to use the word total or total investment. And when you're talking about that total, don't say it's a grand total. So let me share with you what I mean. Hey, Ryan, I took a look. I took the liberty of giving you 3 options on your tire purchase today, and I want to share those options with you. First, I have this A tire. The A tire is a 40,000 mile tire. It's built for rain mostly. The B tire is an all-season tire. It is a 50,000 mile tire rated for this. It does that very well. And a C level tire. The C level tire is your best bet. It has the most value. It has the most miles. It's built for your car. It's very similar to the tires that you have on it. If you choose that, the investment or total investment today would be $1,158, mountain balance. We can get that done today. All I need is your authorization. So instead of using this one cost you this much, or the price of these tires is going to be this, and get them to thinking expensive, what I want to do is share that the total or the total investment is A, it is B, it is C. Also, again, I don't want to say grand total. It's a grand total of $1,400 because it's just going to make it sound big. Exactly. So what I want to do is try to diffuse situations like that. I just want to use the word total, total investment, share, options, choices. All of those are nice little warm and fuzzy words that are going to make people feel better about what they're doing. Next, do not say that we found a problem. Nobody wants to handle problems and nobody wants to handle issues. In today's world, especially with Facebook and Instagram and all that, people hate talking about issues. So we definitely want to avoid using those words.
Seems like they love to talk about it.
Yeah, they think they do until you say, look, dude, X, Y, and Z, I think you might be mistaken. And then they're like, rawr, they go crazy on you. So instead of that with your customers, So I don't want you to use problem or issues. I want you to use item of concern. What we did is we have an item of concern. My certified technician graded your air filter. He graded it in the red. It's an item of concern that we need to address today. An item of concern, much like the word share, builds empathy with the customer. And that's what we want to do. We want to make the customer feel like we care. Now, let me take it off of teach and go to preach. I say feel like because look, man, are you going to care about each and every person and each and every item on that sheet of paper? Probably not. It would get exhausting. But you should care about each and every individual. You should go out and try to make a friend with every customer you can. Now, is it going to be successful? Of course it's not. But you at least need to try to make a work friend with someone with a friendly disposition when they come in. Again, it's going to let their guard down. And by speaking to them and using positive language, they're much more likely to listen to you and trust you. In a minute, I'm going to talk about what your goals when you meet somebody are. And I'll just ask Kelly and Luis to type in the chat. But Ryan, I kind of want to know your goals, and I want you to be very specific. I don't want you to be broad and say, I want to make a friend. I want to see what you think of how we can make a friend. But I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, if we strive to connect with the customer in some way, that's when that trust factor goes up. And so does our tickets. They start spending more money. So that's what we're going to do. So any questions, comments, concerns so far? Okay, next. Walk around. Before I go to teach, Luis, Kelly, do you guys do what? Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man?
Good to meet you for the first time.
Thank you. I'm Ryan.
Kelly, Luis, do you guys do walk-arounds? So type in your chat if you do or you don't. And if you do, what I want you to share with me is, what is your number 1 and 2 goals? Give me 2 goals that you have when you go outside and do a walk-around. And then Ryan, I will speak to you about what you did in Virginia. What did you do on the walk around? Like, did you do them, and what was your goal?
Yeah, we did the walk-arounds. Mainly check for damages and stuff. And if we see something that they need while the customer's out there, we can show them and then kind of explain what they need and what's going on.
Cool. Kelly,
yeah.
Luis, do you guys do walk-arounds? You can just drop it in your chat. I'd love to know what your walk-around strategy. So, Ryan, first thing that you said that I want to just caution you about, okay? Customers can pick up on CYA. If we're just going to do a walk around to make sure that like there's no damage and we want to make sure that we're not blamed for damage, oftentimes your customer can pick up on that.
Yeah.
So what I always like to share with folks is make sure that if you point out anything negative to the customer, that we have a positive solution. So instead of saying, oh man, I see somebody dented your car at the grocery store, that sucks. Instead of saying it like that, say, look, and I like to touch dents. I do. Like I actually like to touch it, and then I get them to touch it. And I say, look, this isn't so bad. We have a paintless dent removal company that comes every Thursday. We have a body shop that we can get. I mean, I want to give them some solution to their concern. Okay. So they can normally sense CYA a mile away. So just make sure of that. All right. So yes, our number 1 goal is to build rapport with the customer. I like it. To me, that's number 2. And then number 2 is identify a concern with the vehicle, with the customer, so we can share with them our concerns. That's a great one too. That's probably number 2 and 3 on my list. Number 1 on my list is I want to make some money. So let's walk outside theoretically together and get into the mindset of doing this walk around. So let me go back up. There are a few essentials to my walk around. So if you're taking notes, write walk around and then underline it. The first thing that I want to do is I want to engage the customer by getting them into the car. Now, if you're taking notes, that's all you need to write, by getting them into the car. Let me talk to you about the mindset first, and then we'll go through each of these steps individually. First, anything you hear, see, touch, or smell, I want the customers hearing, seeing, touch, and smelling. So they got to be present. And I know that it gets hot in Oklahoma. I know that we got rainstorms in Oklahoma. So we can't dilly-dally. I like to be outside about 90 seconds with the customer. And if you can't give me 90 seconds, I'm going to show you a walk around here at the end of this that takes 30 seconds that sets up or sells 30 different items. So I want to keep the customer engaged. A way to keep them engaged is these two words: follow me. So even if you don't catch somebody on the drive and you catch them walking to your kiosk, or heaven forbid, they beat you all the way to your desk, they're standing at your desk, they say, hey, I want to get the oil changed on my car outside. I want you to say, awesome, follow me. Get them outside, get them engaged. I want them in the car. Hey, hop in your car and just help me for 30 seconds. Hop in your car and just help me for 60 seconds. It'll help your write-up process go a lot faster. So I want the customer in the car. So step one, get the customer in the car. Now, let's start selling. Number two on your steps, start vehicle. Write that down. Number one is get the customer in the car. Number two is start the vehicle. When you start the vehicle, I want you listening and looking. I want you listening and looking. First thing that I want you listening for, let me take it off of teach and go to preach. All right. Again, I want the walk around to be what I call sensual. Okay. And Ryan, I'm going to mute you for a second while they're talking in the background a little bit. Okay. So I want the walk around to be sensual. And what I mean by that is not like dancing with a lady or whatever, but all of your senses, hearing, seeing, touching, smelling, no taste. I don't want you to eat anything on the walk around, but the rest of it, I do. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to be listening. When they start up the vehicle, I want you to be listening to how it cranks. And if it were to have a slow crank, I want you to bring that to the attention of the customer. If you hear a noise, some sort of rapping or tapping, I want you to make sure that the customer hears that particular noise. Don't just write it up for engine noise. I want you to get the customer to hear what you're hearing. A little tip to do that is when you hear something that's a rhythm, you can say, do you hear that? Tap, 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 tap. Make them hear what you hear, okay? Because again, when you start the vehicle, if it's a slow crank, it could be 5 or 7 different items. We're not going to diagnose on the drive. Who's going to diagnose it? My certified technician is going to diagnose it. When we hear in a little knocking, it could be something in the dash. It could be a motor mount. It could be low on oil. Are we going to speculate with the customer on the drive? Of course, we're not going to speculate. We're going to get them to hear that particular noise, and we're going to get our certified technicians to do it. So let me go back to sharing my screen. So starting the vehicle, I want you listening. The next thing I want you to do while they're starting the vehicle is I want you to be looking. Now, where we are kind of in this groove is like, I want you standing in what I call the door crack. So you open the door up for somebody, you're standing there, you ask them to start up the vehicle. I want you to be listening to when they start it up. But the other thing I want you to do is I want you to be looking. The first place I want you looking is the instrument panel. If you see anything weird, just note it. Hey, you see that light? And I'm a pointer. And teachers used to hate that when I was a kid. I used to point at people and they'd be like, pointing at people is rude. Hey, it's demonstrative. So I like to point it out. I want to make sure that they are seeing what I'm seeing, okay? So I want to look at the instrument panel. A couple of other places that I'd like you to look. I like you to look at the radio. Maybe you can strike up a conversation about music, or if they're doing sports talk radio. The one thing that I will share with you, no politics. Try not to talk politics on the drive. That's normally a no-no. So I don't talk politics. But music is cool, very universal. You can share with people your interest in music, so you can again try to establish that connection with them. The other place I'd like to look is the back seat. I like to look at the back seat for some clues. If they have a baby seat, maybe I can pitch safety related items to it. If they have a golf bag, again, I can talk to them about sports, but I want to be looking for clues on how I can connect with these folks. And it all happens very quickly. You ask them, hey man, can you hop back in your car? And they do. You mind firing it up? And they do. And you're looking at that instrument panel. You glance into the back seat and you see if you can find clues. Next thing that I want you to do is I want you to ask the customer to turn the wheels to the left. When you do this, again, I want you to be listening for noise. Now, this is a very commonly missed step. When we get those wheels turning to the left, you can ask them, do you feel any binding? You can try to sell power steering stuff, which is my crap. But really what I want you to do is by turning those wheels to the left, we open up the door for a lot of suspension stuff. If you hear a popping noise, it could be CV boots and axles and all that front end stuff that my dad knows everything about that I don't know crap about. But you know who, thankfully, who does? My certified technicians do. So I want you to be listening for the noise. But the real big reason that we're turning the wheels all the way to the left is I do want you to show them in a minute something on the tires. And by turning the wheels all the way to the left, we get a good look at the inside tread of that driver's side front tire, which if you're doing a walk around fairly quickly, it's about the only tire you're going to be able to get to in your presentation within a minute. So I do want to look for the inside tread because most often that's the thinnest part of the tire and we can pitch tires. So first step number one is to get the customer in the car. Step number two is to start the vehicle. Step number three, turn the wheels to the left. Now, this is where I'm gonna go wacky, okay? I'll be honest with you. This is different than just about every walk around you're gonna see. So let me get off of teach and go to preach. I'm gonna, Ryan, you can unmute yourself. I wanna ask you a question. In Virginia, what was your strategy? How did you sell wipers? Did you ever sell them on the drive?
Yeah, I would just feel them if they were torn, and I would try to sell them.
Man. Almost everybody does it by feel, or they rub on them like a genie bottle. Now, let me share with you guys and gals. I am small. I am 5'4". So I had to get out of the habit of rubbing on them because on like a F-250, I can't reach it. I'm being honest. Like I can't rub on them. I can't reach unless I get a stool. And I did that once, and you should have seen the ridicule that I got. Holy shit, man, they mess with me, dog. So you can't do that. So anyway, so I get people to use the windshield wipers on my walk around. So I say, Ryan, do me a favor, hop back in your car. And he does. You mind firing it up? And he does. Can you turn your wheels to the left, please? Awesome. You mind hitting your windshield wipers? And this to me is universal for hitting your windshield washer fluid. Can you hit your windshield washer fluid? And they do. And my wipers look like crap. That's when I want to sell some wipers. Okay. So Ryan, if you were to do this walk around tomorrow and a customer hits their wipers and their wipers look like total crap, how would you sell them some wipers? Go ahead.
Well, I would point out the streaks on the windshield.
Yep,
Let them see it. Let them see it. And then ask if they want to purchase some wiper blades.
If I want to, man, I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to be at work. I want to be hitting golf balls. So do me a favor. On the side of your notes, I want you to write something. Okay. On your notes, write the word close, and not like clothes you wear, but close the door. C-L-O-S-E. Write that down and underline it, the word close. There are 4 elements to the close, and Luis and Kelly, y'all follow along and write this down too. Write the word close down, and then number 1, write down the word what. Number 2, how much. Number 3, when ready. And number 4, authorization. Now look. This is how I want you to do authorization. I write books, but I can't spell for shit. Okay. Somebody hits their wipers. Kelly, Luis, they look terrible. What I want you to do is share with them, what do they need? You need a new set of wipers. They are $49.95. We can do it while we do your 5,000 mile service. All I need your authorization. You share with the customer, what do they need? How much is it? When's it going to be ready? All I need your authorization. So Ryan, one more time. I hit my wipers. They look like crap. Sell me some wipers.
Looks like your wipers are streaking. So
Yeah, they don't look good at all.
yeah, no, they don't. You might need some new ones.
Not
I
might. Do not put doubt in the situation. If my wipers look like crap, I
looks
need
like you
some
need
wipers.
some new ones.
Awesome. How much are they?
They run about $49. I can do that today with your service if you'd like.
Not if I like.
I like using that word.
No. Okay, look. If you like,
I like
if
to let
raises
them.
doubt. No, there's no decision on if they need them. There's only a decision on if they're going to buy them, and let them make that call.
Okay.
I'm not telling you to not get their opinion. I'm not telling you to not like get their authorization. That is what I'm sharing with you. But do not raise doubt. You might be getting a survey. That means I might not be. You might need wipers. That also means I might not be. What you be needing today is wipers. They are this much. It's definitive. They might not be $49. They is be $49. We can do it while we do your oil change. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. And all I need to do this is get your authorization. All I need is your approval. You share with people, what do they need? How much is it? When's it going to be ready? All I need is your authorization. Kelly, you need a set of tires. They are $1,150. We can have them mount and balance by 4 o'clock. All I need your authorization. Luis, you need a front brake job. It is $300. We can have it done by 2 o'clock. All I need your authorization. It's the same close every single time. And you can practice it every day by getting your behind outside and doing this and saying, you mind hitting your windshield washer fluid for me? 4 elements of the close. What do they need? How much is it? When's it going to be ready? All I need your authorization. Let's move on. Next, after you get them to hit those windshield wipers, I want you to get the customer to say the miles. Customer to say miles. Reason I want the customer to say it and not you, because I know you can see it, it's right there. The reason that I want the customer to say it, it's mental. It makes them get their thinking up. The more miles are on their vehicle, the more they expect to spend. So make the customer say the miles. Next, I want to show them something on the tires. I like color-coded tread depth gauges, so green, yellow, red. I like that. I like wear bar. I like nitrogen. I like alignments and balances. Those are things that I like, but just show them anything on the tire. And again, if you get them to turn to the wheels all the way to the left, you should get a nice visual of that inside driver's front tire. That's where I would start it. Let me go back to talking to you guys. Ryan, do you have a strategy on selling balances?
Balances?
Yeah, do you like selling balances?
We don't sell many of them where I came from.
Well, that's no good. I know
if they
why.
had an issue with like a vibration.
I knew you were going to say that. How about Kelly, Luis? A quick yes or no. Do you guys sell balances? Yeah, good. So here's my strategy on balances. If you want to sell some balances, anytime somebody asks for a rotate. So what you here today for? I'm here for oil change and rotate and balance. Anytime some customer says the word rotate, I want you to say ... and balance. If somebody comes in and says they want an oil change, I want you to say and rotate. If somebody says they're coming in for oil change, rotate, and balance, I want you to say and alignment. You will sell 5% of your customers' balances just by saying the word and balance. If you want to sell more balances, it's a real cool trick. I learned that from a guy at Southern Tire Mart in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He sells the heck out of balances. All right, let's go back. Now, walk around. I want to challenge you guys. Get your behinds outside, do the walk around. Let me talk to you about another element that is often misused. So Ryan, do you know at your store, do they do, and Kelly and Luis, you can drop this into chat. Do you guys do video or like an electronic multi-point inspection? Which one do y'all do? What kind of multi-point? Do
I
you know?
think it's electronic here.
Okay, cool. And Kelly and Luis, is it like on electronic? Cool. Okay. So how do we set that up with the customer? Okay. This is what I call your get the hell out of here speech. So once you write up everybody for everything and you get them to sign, okay, I got you down for a 5,000 mile service. I got you down for your wipers that I shared with you that you needed. That total is going to be $207. What's your email? You get all of that information from them. What's your preferred method of contact? This is how I want you to plant the seed for covering that multi-point inspection. So watch. Ryan, before you take off, I want to share with you. And on your notes, Kelly and Luis, if y'all want to write MPI setup, multi-point inspection setup, and underline it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Ryan, before you leave, I want to share with you. One of my certified technicians is going to do a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, okay? They're going to look at stuff like your brakes and your tires, and everything they look at, they grade on a green, yellow, and red standard. Green's really good and red's really bad. If they mark any items in yellow or red, can I give you a call? You see that? That shares with customers what's going to happen to their car next, who's looking at it, what they look at, what's the grading scale, and you kind of get what I call pre-authorization to sell them something. So often what I see is like when we pitch a multi-point inspection and we have 3 or 4 maintenance items on it, a customer is going to say, dude, all I came in for was a 10,000 mile service, man. I don't want no Johnson rod. I don't need any of that stuff. So what I share with them is we got to set them up, and it also sets up our teammates, our certified technicians. So let me go through those steps one more time. Number 1, I want you to remind them that a certified technician is going to do this multi-point inspection. Why is it important to remind people that folks are around y'all's parts certified? Why is that a big deal, Ryan?
It's comforting.
Yeah, man, it's comforting. A certified person should know more than a non-certified person, man.
Yeah,
we got people who are trained to fix your car. So certified technician's a big deal. And again, I want to give them a little hint on what's going on. So I normally say the same thing in this speech every time. They're going to look at your tires. They're going to look at your brakes. But whatever you guys like talking about, if you're a filter person, if you like talking about cabin air filters, engine air filters, if you like looking for leaks, then share with each and every customer the same speech. Certified technician is going to look at your engine air filter. He's also going to check for leaks. If they find anything, they grade it on a green, yellow, red standard. Now, let's get to that green, yellow, red. I am a big, big believer in green, yellow, and red. Almost everybody who drives a car knows what green, yellow, and red means. Let me show you what I mean. Even the kids that are learning how to drive, when the light is green, what do? They go. When the light is red, what do? They stop. Now, the weird one is what do they do when the light is yellow? Sometimes they hit the gas and shoot through the intersection. Sometimes they slam on the brakes and get for the light. So what I do with customers is I use that mentality. When I share with them that their brakes are in the green, they know they're good. When I share with them that their brakes are in the red, they know they're bad. And with yellow, I like to give them a choice. You can either do your brakes or your tires right now while they're in the yellow and avoid them ever getting really bad. Or you can push it. You can push those a little longer until they do get in the red. But again, I caution you on pushing your brakes and tires too long because you could have a failure. That's how we can sell out of the yellow. Give the customers an option to purchase something when it's yellow. You feel me? What do you think, Ryan? Do you ever sell tires out of the yellow? Brakes out of the yellow?
Yeah.
Cool. Just give people an option, man.
Yeah.
Again, all you're doing is sharing with customers that the older those brakes get, the older those tires get, the further it takes to stop their vehicle. You can push it or not. You can be proactive or wait a little while. You see what I mean? And if you use language like that, we're much more likely to sell out of the yellow. And for me, that's great because I never want a customer's tires to get in the red. I mean, it's as bad as it could be. Why would I want to wait all that way? So I want to share with people that option to get things out of the yellow. So this little speech here, the multi-point inspection speech, it's an essential part of what we do to get a little better. This is often skipped. What most people do is say stuff like this. Hey, when your vehicle's ready, I'll give you a call. Hey, we're going to take a look at your vehicle. If we see anything, we'll give you a call. All of that is non-specific. I want to be very specific and set these expectations for the customer. Certified technician, brakes and tires, green, yellow, red. Can I give you a call? Now, once you get this multi-point back, what do? How do you pitch? What's your pitch? How do you plan to sell? So this is an entire class, but I want to share with you a speech that I wrote about 12 years ago when my daughter was in 5th grade. I did this to kind of teach her what I do. There was a career day that I missed because I travel a lot. And instead of going to the school, I taught my daughter how to sell a brake fluid exchange. And she brought the principal up on stage and sold them a brake fluid exchange using this speech. And I've tweaked it a little bit since then, but it's essentially the same speech. So Ryan, if you don't mind indulging, today you came in for a 5,000-mile service that cost $75. Out on the drive, I sold you some wipers, and those are another $50. So you are looking at $125. I'm gonna call you back and go over the findings of my certified technician, and your only job is to say no, okay? So don't buy my stuff. That's all you got to do. So Kelly, Louise, you can follow along on my little speech and see if I can sell Ryan something. So, hey Ryan, this is Mitch. This is Mitch over at Honda. You got a second?
Yes, sir.
My certified technician, Tad, completed that multi-point inspection that you requested on your vehicle, and I'd like to share their results with you. Is this a good time?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. First, man, I got great news. You got 72,000 miles on your vehicle, and it's in really good shape. Tad graded it on 27 different items using that green, yellow, and red standard. 26 of yours came up green. He measured your brake pad thickness, and it was in the green. He measured your tire tread depth. It was all in the green as well. However, he did mark one item of concern in the red. Based on time, mileage, and condition of your vehicle, Tad recommends that we do a coolant exchange. Do you happen to know what that does?
Do I pretend to not know?
You can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. Do you know what that coolant exchange does?
Yeah, it keeps my coolant clean and keeps my engine from overheating.
Awesome.
So that's pretty important.
Yeah, awesome. Then you know how important it is. So that, along with your oil change and wiper replacement, will bring your total investment today to $305.58. We can have all that completed by 2 o'clock. All I need is your authorization.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You were supposed to say no, Ryan. You had one job, dude. It was to say no. Kelly, did you see that? I gave him one job and he blew it. So let's go back. Ryan, it's $308. That's your total investment. We can have it done. All I need is your authorization.
Nah, I think I'm good today.
Hey, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't share with you this. By taking advantage of this service today, you qualify for a 30,000-mile warranty of up to $2,000 of coverage for essentially anything coolant touches. The reason I bring it up, in your vehicle with 72,000 miles on it, your water pump is no longer covered under warranty. If just that one part went out, it costs you like $1,000 to replace. So that speech right there is written right here. And I would love to go through this with you in a different class and build your speech, okay? We got to get a consistent speech with the customer and talk to them. We got to build, we got to do the green, yellow, red. We got to butter them up a little bit. This is a very, very important speech. So let me ask Kelly and Luis first. So y'all get ready to type in your answer. Do you guys, first, do you have a speech like that you're very consistent on anything you sell? And then second, are you guys utilizing the mock warranty into that speech? And then Ryan, I'll ask you, in Virginia, when you used mock, did you ever speak about the mock warranty and use it to build value with your customer?
Yeah, we had like a pamphlet that had different level of services, and with the highest one, you got all the mock stuff. And then we would sell them you know, if you keep doing this service, you get, I think it was engine and transmission coverage up to, was it 5,000?
Okay, so
I
Kelly
can't
just
remember
said,
the numbers.
Kelly and Luis just posted for us that they have no idea about the mock warranty. What I want to do probably next week, if you guys are available, my warranty class is 30 minutes long, okay? And we can go through all of it in detail, but I'm going to touch on it here in the next 15 minutes. I at least want to give you some information today.
I think I
But
still
then
have paperwork.
yeah, I want to go into it
Before.
a little bit more. Okay, so word tracks is a separate class, warranty is a separate class, but let me touch on this warranty because it is really important. Okay. Oh man, and goals. Here, let me go over this just a minute. You guys need to get goals. So as we get to know each other, I want to talk to you about your goals, your gross goals. What are we trying to do to hit them? What are you selling the most? What are you selling the least? How are you tracking your goals? I want to get to that. I'm a real big goal setter. I have in my book, and in fact, send some copies. I'm gonna send a couple of copies. I wrote a book about service advisor tips. I'll send you guys a copy of my book. In there is a couple of chapters on goals. It's about like 5 pages. We got to get some goals. We got to track our goals. That's one way to get better. But let's talk about this warranty a little bit. Okay, so on your notes, if you're jotting notes, oil additive, you can write that down, and then warranty. So we have an oil additive. It's called premium engine treatment. You can put an oil additive into each oil change that you offer a customer, and they get a 10,000-mile warranty on their engine that covers any internal lubricated part. On all of my warranties, there are 2 tiers of coverage. If you want to write these tiers down, the first tier is if they do the service before 50,000 miles, the warranty is $4,000. If they begin it a little later in the car's life, if they do it before 100,000 miles, the warranty is $2,000. And again, I know I'm hitting you with this fast. I do want to have a whole separate class about this, but I do want to go over it before we go. We got 10 more minutes. So oil additive, you get a 10,000-mile warranty on any internal lubricated part. So as soon as the powertrain warranty is over, we should have transitioned the customer from your warranty, the factory warranty, to our warranty. Okay. Next, fuel additive. Our fuel additive, you can write that down next. Our fuel products come with a 15,000-mile warranty, and our fuel products cover fuel pumps and fuel injectors. Okay, so fuel additive equals 15,000-mile warranty, fuel pumps, fuel injectors. Same 2 tiers of coverage, $4,000 if they do it before 50, $2,000 if they do it before 100. On our brake fluid and all of our fluids, it comes with a 30,000-mile warranty. And our brake fluid warranty covers anything brake fluid touches other than leaky lines. So you kind of got to know the parts that brake fluid touches, but anything brake fluid touches except leaky lines. And again, same tiers of coverage, $4,000 if they start it before 50, 2,000. And again, I'll go over this in a separate class, so it'll reiterate it, but I do want to touch the highlights with you guys. Coolant equals 30,000-mile warranty. It covers anything coolant touches except these 3 things. It does not cover hoses, thermostats, or expansion tanks. Everything else that coolant touches is covered. And again, that's using my additives and your coolant. Next, gear oil, diff, front diff, rear diff, gear oil stuff, 30,000-mile warranty, same coverage 4 and 2. It covers any internal lubricated part, anything in the axle system, any internal lubricated part. What it does not cover is leaky gaskets. Power steering. Now this is old school power steering with a hydraulic pump. 30,000 mile warranty, 4,000, 2,000 are my coverages. It covers power steering pumps and power steering racks. It does not cover leaky hoses. We're almost done. Transmission, same thing, 30,000 miles, 2,000, 4,000. It covers, just like gear oil, any internal lubricated part. And those warranties, all of them can be renewed by doing the service again. So it should become a retention tool. In one of our next classes, I'm going to share with you guys what, just like detail about what's covered, how to do a claim, what information we're going to need to process it. It's very easy. It's very basic. You can reach out to Tad, your local guy. He can walk you through all of that. It's a very basic and easy service. So let me go back to these word tracks. I do want to challenge you guys one more time to add something, and we're going to finish up in about 5 minutes. So first, I'm going to read you the first sentence of my word track. Mr. Smith, our certified technician, Brian, has completed the multi-point inspection that you requested on your vehicle, and I'd like to share the results with you. Kelly, Luis, Ryan, write down your favorite word in that sentence, whatever it is. I would say my most popular word that people write down is the word share. Okay. Next sentence. Your vehicle has 72,000 miles, and Brian graded your vehicle on 27 different items using that green, yellow, and red standard. What's your favorite word in that sentence? Jot it down. Again, my most popular is graded, and I would say my second one is using Brian's name again. People like that. Next. He measured your battery cranking amps. They were in the green. He measured your brake pad thickness. It was in the green as well. What are your two favorite things on a multi-point inspection to talk about? Whatever your two favorite things. If you love selling tires, if you love selling brakes, if you love selling anything, write those two down. Again, the two most popular are brakes and tires. Okay. However, your certified technician did find one item of concern in the red. When do red items need to be addressed? Most people say now, as soon as possible. Whatever your word is, just write that one word down. Based on time, mileage, condition of the vehicle, he recommends a brake fluid exchange. Are you guys selling off of color, or are you selling off of time and mileage? Hopefully, it's time and mileage. If not, as I get to know you, I'm going to win you over. So BTM, based on time and mileage. Now, the words that you guys just wrote down, I want you to start using those and putting that into practice. Now, let me go all the way back to the beginning, and let's start wrapping this sucker up. Okay, first, it's the first time I met you. I hit you with a lot of information. I see that we need to do a warranty class, and I would love to go through my word track class and go through detail by detail. However, between then and there, or if I never see you again, I do want to challenge you to change one aspect of what you do, to put one thing in practice when you leave this class today. If it were me, the very first words you wrote down, the essence of Ryan, the essence of Kelly, what makes Luis tick, that one word, go outside and be the best version of you. If you do that today, you will be better. Remember, greatness is inside you. Show people the best version of you. 2, if you're going to do any 2 things from this class, I urge you, get up, get outside, start crafting your walk around. I got a whole class about walk around, what we can look at each element of the car. I just wanted to give you the highlights today. But the thing that I would work on if I were you the most is selling on the drive. Pitch people stuff, show them the value, and work on your close. What do they need? How much is it? When's it going to be ready? All I need your authorization. You need a new headlight. It is $120. We can have it done today. All I need your authorization. The same speech every single time. Third thing, your word tracks. Start implementing that positive language instead of negative language. When we get to doing the word tracks, I'm going to ask you to pitch me stuff. Hopefully, Kelly and Luis, y'all can be on the microphone so I can hear you. We can interact a little bit, but I'm going to ask you, pitch me a set of tires, pitch me a brake job. and I'm going to make you pitch me the positive. I always want you to think about the positive idea, the positive results from a customer doing something that you tell them to do. Okay. I want you to reward action and not punish inaction. So when you're pitching brakes, I don't want you to say to a customer, well, if you wait and do it next time, you're going to ruin the rotors. That's a negative idea. What I want you to do is say, if you do this today, you're going to stop better. Stopping better is a positive. So I want you to start building that positive language. In a little bit, maybe like 3 sessions down the road, I'm going to start really hammering you on that mock warranty. Are you using it? Are you giving brochures to customers who do purchase vehicles? Are you using as a retention tool? But for me, that's more like secondary or tertiary. I want to begin by building an advisor from the ground up that is going to be positive, that's going to go outside with enthusiasm, that's going to show people the very best version of them, that's going to try to make a friend while making a dollar instead of just focusing on that dollar. Cool? All right, so Ryan, you can take yourself off mute. Questions, comments, concerns, what you got? And Kelly and Luis, y'all can start. If you got any questions or comments or concerns, you can start typing them. Ryan, questions, comments, concerns?
I'm good.
So what do you think, man? You think we can you use any of this?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I'll definitely use it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Mock warranty is a really cool class. I have a product class. I have about 13 different classes. I always like to give a general overview on this first one, get to know you a little bit, and maybe we can build on that. Out of all of this, what do you think you can use the most, the fastest?
I like the word track with the selling.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, put it to use. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And again, I will be in touch. So Kelly and Luis says they're good. Really good info is provided. Great session. I really appreciate the feedback. Kelly and Luis, again, next time, if we can get a little microphone with you guys, I'd love to get to know you. You can do it on your phone or what have you. But I do appreciate your time taking it out of your day. I know you guys are a shitload busier than I am. So I do appreciate taking you off of the drive. Ryan, good luck in your new adventure.
Thank
Kelly
you.
and Luis, Ryan is brand new. Yesterday was his first day. He's learning a new computer system. He's doing it in a different state. I didn't ask, is it the same OEM or is it a different manufacturer?
Same, Honda.
Okay, so
Yeah,
at least
still got my old
he
hat,
okay,
so.
good. At least he doesn't have to do that. So
Yeah.
anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you need anything, let me know and before next time. But I hope